If Otis has been around for as long as he claims, perhaps he knows things that not even Oblivion is aware of. He spoke to us. Galordra actually spoke to us. So, my new friends, I would enlist your aid in procuring ingredients for our repast. After all, the most enjoyable meals are those we make together. Happy to pitch in, of course. What ingredients do you have in mind? First of all, some yam and pumpkin. The people of the outskirts should be willing to share their harvest. If you and Yellowgar go and speak to them.
Yeah, I'll ask them for the cast-offs too, as usual.
As for Harder and Alisay, I'll be obliged if you can procure some woolback meat. The creatures can be found grazing on the slopes outside of town. As beef is less readily available, their flesh makes for a good substitute. That of the younger ones especially, as it is more tender and less gaudy. Consider it done. We're back with the meat before you know it. Thank you kindly. In the meantime, I shall see to other preparations. This is my favorite part of the MSQ so far. It was amazing. These characters are incredible. Where was I wanted this like way earlier. Imagine this. I love the first half of the game, but this is like something exceptional. I love him. Oh, incredible. Let's go to Electro Strike and get some more Aetherytes before we continue. Wasn't there? Yeah, wasn't there an Aetheryte? Oh, west. Towards this awful looking thing. I'm guessing this might be where the cannon shot that they were talking about with Limbla maybe. We've got Alpha with them. We literally came to the same thing to do the same thing. Good. To grow up your entire life here must be something. Like, in this dark, desolate place. Like, you know, it's fair, it's fun, but I also think that they should be allowed to see the more wider world and how beautiful it is. There's a massive contrast to Tural in a lot of ways. Oh, we actually can't get over there. The floor is different here too. This person's also trying to work out how to get there. I don't really blame them, be fair. Submerged skyline. I did say I was going to stop. Let me go back. Oh, this recording. I'm going to put the recordings together, I think, at this point. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Oh, hey, Alisay, what are you doing over here? I didn't expect to see you out here. Say, why don't we make a contest out of it? Who delivers the meat first is the winner. Oh, it's always a contest with you, isn't it? I feel like it always is with Alisay. It's always like, oh no, I'm gonna get more than you. We can be buddies, Alisay. We don't need to fight each other all the time. Well, saying that, they probably enjoy doing that, to be honest. Look really cozy in my new gear. Looks really comfy for this cold area. The area feels cold, to be honest. Easy peasy. Well, while I'm down here, why don't I go get my Aether Currents I'm missing? Southwest. This is the actual castle itself here. It could be the castle gate. So I'm still trying to work out what the final area is. I know what it's called because of lore reasons, and I guess we can get into that a little bit because this playthrough is just me reacting to everything, and I should just talk about what I know. I know what the final area is called, unfortunately, because of spoilers. Well, mainly because of the location log that appears if you look for who's on the free company. I tend to do that because I'm interested to see where people currently are. But I always get into the habit of doing that. I need to get out of it. Either way, they should still question mark it, just so people don't accidentally do that and then get fucked by themselves. Well, I think they did that to myself in that regard. But I know the final area is called Living Memory, which, you know, it's not going to be here. It's not going to be in it's not going to be in Tural. It's not going to be up in the north. So I think it's probably going to be that portal we saw. We're going to go in there and we're going to go to a living memory version of, I'm going to assume, Alexandria, or at least the 12th shard. And it's going to be a recreation of it through the memory of the people who are stuck in here. Why it's going to be made or how it's going to be made, I have no idea. Could potentially be something that Zoljar has been doing, or it's something that Sven is trying to do. Either way, probably is not going to be good. And as much as I like Sven, I think she's a cool character, I don't trust her. I can't trust her. Everything so far has elicited me in suspicion. I keep looking at her, wanting her to be this character who is going to be kind, is going to be basically Vanart. But she isn't. She is not deceitful, but she hasn't been telling us the entire truth. And there's a reason for that, I think, and she won't go into it because we're probably not going to like it. I mean, we asked her if society could be run without memory, and her response was nothing. And I feel like that is suggesting something more sinister going on here, or nefarious. Northeast. This is quite a bit up here, isn't it? The name slates. Is it behind the barrier? I really hope it isn't. Okay, there's someone else over there trying to find this 8-foot current. I don't think it is. I think it's on this side. It feels like, yeah, it feels like the left side is what is the part of Alexandria that came over, and the right side is the part that came from our region. So it came here, it kind of merged the both together. To the west? Where the fuck is this? Oh, the nighttime theme. Let's go. I think I like the nighttime theme more than the day theme. To the west. It's there. Okay, I found it. Ultimate guy, I found it. Otis is such a wonderful person, and I hope nothing bad happens to him. Well, Zoljar has no interest in his son, so he's not going to try and steal him back, is he? Unless he sees it as a play to try and get us to go after him. Maybe he did it as some kind of move. I don't know, maybe. I mean, I've lost a lot of respect for him. Well, not respect, but intrigue in him, considering how he has treated certain, in particular, his son. I don't know why that hits me more than his, you know, desolation of Tural. That should be the part where I should be like, no, this is awful, he's a terrible person. Because I thought there was something else going on, but I don't think there is. I think he's just evil. He wants to conquer the world because he wants to prove that war is bad, yet he is also committing war. It is a massive, like, it's conflicting. It's just, it's counterintuitive, is what it is. No, it's not on this side, it's on the other side of the wall. The wall. How many more do I have? I can't have many Aether Currents left. Singular Aether Current is required. God, look how cool this area looks. Why is it called Heritage Found? Define heritage. Heritage. Property that is may or been inherited, an inheritance. So we have inherited Alexandria in this location, and it has been found by the people of Tural. Makes sense. Otis. Cutscene, please. What's this? Am I to understand you have already procured the meat? I have. A fatty cut of woodback meat. Oh! Oh! The fuck, buddy? Like, I'm trying my best not to do anything here, and you just went for me immediately. Get out of here, defective sentry. I'm okay, Otis. I appreciate you not helping me fight. Good heavens, you have! And such a choice cut it is besides. 'Tis plain you know how to handle yourself in battle. Well, for 400 years ago, it occurred you to the Royal Knights. I love you. Was that it? Memories of a night. Otis is pleased to meet you aboard him. What Odyssey brings their portions, you have a glorious bounty to satisfy growing younglings like yourselves. I expect there will be ample leftovers to share with good folk of the Drift Downs. They always appreciated a warm meal. Now, seeing as you have completed your task so quickly, I have another request of you. We have exhausted our supplies of kindling electrope. I should be grateful if you could search the houses yonder for more. In this old kingdom, the electric rations are issued to each citizen, while small fragments may still be found here and there. If you can obtain 5 pieces, say at least 1 ought to be what we require, that is the kind that converts under the fire, Galuljar can remember the circuitries, and pray take it then to him.
I will.
The boy has become quite deft at discerning electroid types in a very short time, I might add. Now off you go and happy foraging. Oh boy. Is this the quest? Is this the quest that I'm going to hate? Nah, I think we'll be fine. You know, this town is very beautiful, but it also isn't at the same time. I think I'm going to stay on. I'm going to zoom out as much as I can just so I don't miss anything important. Because I always play like this, and I always miss stuff because of that, so I'm going to zoom out. Ah! Oh! No! Alright, hello. I'm genius. I'm so good at finding this stuff. So great. Definitely not. Nah, I'm not. What the fuck happened here then? It's a giant geyser. Oh wow, it is actually underwater. That's a really cool touch. Now I'm getting big Anakin vibes from this. You know, it's kind of bittersweet seeing Alexandria like this because, you know, it's one of the castles of 9, but we also got to remember that Alexandria isn't really a great place at 9. I mean, for the most part, like, Garnet is good and Steiner is wonderful, the Royal Knights work, but they are also responsible for inciting a lot of war in Final Fantasy IX. In that game, Queen Bron lays siege to Bermesia, Clara, and Limblum. And those nations are almost destroyed, basically, because of it. So, whatever Sphene is planning, whatever Queen Sphene is planning, I don't know if it's necessarily something we can get behind or follow. I want to more than anything, but considering my prior knowledge of FF9 and what Queen Brahm was like anyway, she may have the interest of the people at her heart, but what about us, our world? Maybe she wishes to bring it back to this living memory we found out about. Because one of the biggest themes of this expansion so far has been innovation versus traditional, and we can go further than that, being take care of the land that you have. No, don't go further. Don't conquer other lands. Look after it. Try and strive for peace and preservation more than, you know, other things. I'm sure if MSQ Dad was here to hear have something insightful to say. My dad to say I think I won this time, but it turns out you already done the task. We've got to request this vegetables along with a few extra bits. As I say, I was just running around so it make me hungry. Oh, there was a return as well. What a blessed lively day it has become.
Hello. Oda said you have the electrolyte for me.
This piece of electrope has been engraved with arcane circuitry. The practiced eye is required to discern its effects. And apparently Galuljar is like a little mechanic.
Wow, you found a lot. Let's see, this one creates wind, this one's for water.
You can tell us like that? I'm impressed. Clever, isn't he? I'll bet he gets it from his father.
Ah, this is it. This converts to fire. It's absorbed lots of lightning,
So we should... Also, is that an actual compliment to your, like, nemesis? What about? What the fuck? Thank you, Vahana. He is very smart. He's a good little guy. Thank you to the kind assistance of everything we need for our past. You have done what your part, and now you should do mine. I bid you relax, my friends. The meal will soon be served. Excellent. Time to feel emotionally devastated. Could have want anything bad to happen to the poor child, but he's about to lose his dad, and then it'll be our fault he's losing his dad. Never been in this situation before, have we? Where we're personally responsible for basically patricide. This is the kind of things families do, Galolja. We have meals together and talk about what's on our minds.
little guy. So we're 8 of your father?
Yes, with them and my brothers. It was mostly the head of Resolve and I doing the talking though. Korana and head of Reason occasionally joined in, and Zoaljar spoke when he was spoken to.
You said that you have 2 papas. Does that mean one is yours and one is another is my father's?
No, no. Look at the shadow on her, by the way. That's really cool. Both of our fathers, he's what people call blessed siblings. Mama Joe have 2 heads. Zoaljar is his true-born child, while Korana and I are adopted. Don't share the same blood. But that doesn't make us any less a family. What matters is that our hearts are connected. Heart Resolve taught me that.
Family. Do you have something like that too? A person you think is family, even though you don't share the same blood?
Me and Alice say definitely. Catboy. Or Alphno. Well, I guess Alphno wouldn't count, because Alphno is blood. That's a good question. What about you? I'm gonna get some options right now, aren't I? Something of a lone wolf. No, I do. I like having people I care about with me.
I'd like to meet him one day.
You will. You will go on every single one of my adventures. So, Galoljar, I'm hoping that we could be family, you and I. Will you tell me about yourself?
You really want me to know? You really want to know about me?
I do. I want to know all about you. The things you love, the things you hate, anything and everything. So I can use them later against you. No. Oh, it's so
I want to know all about you too.
He's a smart kid too, so I don't know. That reminds me, we're hoping to hear your story too, Otis. Yeah! Cool Royal Knight guy, who I have to do the voice of, oh no. As you wish. Be forewarned that mine is a tale that will be long in recounting. It was before lightning had altered the world that I was appointed Lord Captain of the Royal Knights. We're talking hundreds of years prior to the calamity, right? Indeed! Earlier still than when I assumed this mechanical form. 454 years ago to be precise. This is given an actual date to when the calamity occurred for the thunder. Which I think was the second era, wasn't it? Then, you used to be a normal person. Ah yes, I was one flesh and blood like you, and I proudly served as a Knight of Alexandria. So, rather than a machine that behaves like a person, you were, or are an actual person. How is this possible? It is only natural that you are confused. Hear my tale to the end, and all shall become clear. The foremost duty of the Royal Knight was the protection of the Royal family. In my time, that was their Majesties, the King and Queen, and their only child, Her Highness the Princess. It might be seen. Well, it was a long time ago, though. By then, every nation of our star was embroiled in some manner of conflict over Electrope. Thus was our kingdom drawn into war with its neighbour. So we can take Electrope as mist, basically. We can swap those two around. Because that's why they invaded other continents, was to get more mist.
That war was the catalyst for the great calamity that altered the environment. That's something I find really interesting, by the way. I assume that the Asians did this a little bit. They wanted to cause this great lightning war, basically, so that this would have an effect on the source. That's what they did with the Light Warden in the first, and what they tried to do with the Shadows in the 13th. They were trying to cause a massive ethereal spurn of one type of ether, and in this case they wanted lightning. So the Asians went there and they were like, oh, let's put them in war against electrodes, this magical energy source that will allow them to get what they want, basically. For a blessing, we were able to protect the princess, who then rose to the occasion and brought hope to her people in those trying times. So kind-hearted was our young queen, at her behest we even took in refugees from the enemy nation. Sounds an awful lot like Scion. But sadly her reign was cut short. Like many others, her body has been famished by lightning, and one day she collapsed and passed away. Maybe it isn't Scion then. How tragic. Aye. There was there a citizen whose eyes remained dry, and many a moon was spent considering a great tomb worthy of her memory. Yet I clung to hope still. While Her Majesty was on her deathbed, the kingdom's finest scientists had successfully extracted her soul. Oh my god! Reaction pose for harder. Did he hear that right? Extracted her soul? The scary music is now playing. Our flesh may wither and die, but as long as they are remembered, we may live on. This age-old belief had always comforted our people, but as casualties mounted in the wake of the calamity, we sought to make it into reality for the power of Electrope. In time, we succeeded in developing the means to preserve the soul, and it was used to spare the Queen eternal death. Yet, it wasn't enough to simply prevent the soul's departure, for the ultimate goal is to create a person as they were in life, and this required that their memories be first shattered from their soul. It took many more years of research to make this possible, by which time I had become a grey old man. With my days numbered, I did not hesitate to volunteer myself as a test subject for the procedure. Oh, Otis. So it was that I attained this vessel. And by my successful rebirth, I paved the way for those who had created from the moments of the departed. The Endless, they are called. The Endless. That's fucking Breath of Fire 4! we taking some ideas in Breath of Fire 4 now. No, it's not probably not a reference to the Breath of Fire 4. Basically, in Breath of Fire 4, the dragon gods were called the Endless because they couldn't die. They only became mortal when they came to our land. If your tale is true, then the queen that you people brought back to life is Scion, or Scion. It wouldn't be Scion, would it? Ah, so you know her, Her Majesty as well. Oh God, my description of her boundless kindness must have paled in comparison to what you no doubt felt in her presence. I wouldn't have met her myself, I confess. Not since assuming my current form. Wouldn't want to fight the living daylights out of her. Ah, 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 ah. So she's an Endless. A being that cannot die. Through the power of the soul magic, basically, they create an eternal being. She's lived that long. I have seen my queen for a fair many times, but I have not the courage to approach her. This isn't out of cowardice, mind you, but rather concern. Yes, concern that I would cause Her Majesty undue distress. Otis has told me the tale before. Does this mean the Queen of Alexandria isn't actually a person like you and me? A manifestation of memories. But how can she remember so much? A human body is only capable of remembering so much of their life. Like, this is like an interesting thing about mortality. Sure, you can live forever, but you're not going to be doing anything for it. Your brain is only so big. So you'd have to create books or a way to elicit these old memories. Maybe that's why she seems to be so foggy all the time, because she can't recall certain things. It's the Endless. So all this time, Sphene wasn't alive. She lives, yet she does not. 'Tis admittedly a difficult distinction to make. Having inherited the memories of a departed soul, an Endless feels, thinks, and acts precisely as that person would. In that sense, I believe they are alive. Memories being alive. The Alexandrians know about this, right? Can't have gone unnoticed that Sphene is perpetually youthful. No one really knows about the Endless. People who wear regulators don't even think about death. Everyone sees that the Queen doesn't change, but is accepted. To them, it's just who she is. I mean, so far it doesn't seem malicious. Are the people ever keep Endless too? Well, yeah, importantly, are there other Endless apart from yourself? Yeah. While there should be as many Endless as who have died, I believe they are limited in where they can exist. Queen Sphene is unique in their ability to appear before you. Does that mean Galoja is Endless? Because he could have the memories from his father? Oh, not the memories, but maybe not actually. I just wondering how he had a child here. He's speaking of himself, I'm not Endless. They are created using the memories instead of from a soul. My entire soul is placed inside a machine. Being inside a machine makes you different. How? While I do not understand the finite points, my life is bound to this vessel. If it breaks down, then it'll be over for me. It's like a being of flesh and blood. Hardly an endless and changing life, I'm sure you'll agree. An endless, unchanging life. I can't help but be reminded of the ear. Yeah, from Ultima 4, I remember them. Did Cassia and the others know about all this? Considering the extensive internet intelligence gathering, I would be sad if they didn't. Yeah, like, surely Sphene knows Otis is out here. Otherwise, I mean, is this something she doesn't want to tell us about? But now let's see what we've learned of Qua and Vaha. I can't help but have misgivings about this. You know, I was worried about going to the western side of this area. I was like, oh no, they're gonna have to meander about because they haven't gone through this entire place. This has been the most engaging plot, I think, in the entire expansion so far. Really good writing, and I love the world building with this place. I love Tural too, but there's something more interesting about this. I find. Hey, it's your boy, Erenville.
Nahe, is that you?
Good gods, Ellen Nespia! It's been too long, my friend.
Do you recognize them?
Where have you been all these years? What have you been doing with yourself? Hold on. They say Queen Sphene has guests from outside the barrier. That's you, I gather?
It seems so. I'm looking for my mother. Do you know where she is?
Uh-oh.
Your mother?
Uh-oh.
Sorry, but what was she like again?
Uh-oh.
What? It's Kafkiwa. You know, the one who was too adventurous by half.
The soul
who
cell.
journeyed with the Dawn Servant?
She's not hiding somewhere. She's actually gone. She's just like Otis.
Not ringing any bells.
No.
You can't be serious. Ours was a tiny little village. Surely you remember her.
No, because the cloud. She's in the cloud.
I really don't.
Or she was gonna go to the cloud, maybe.
It's all a blank.
Oh, Erenville.
Is anyone else here from the village?
Hey!
Huh? Ellen Nespia?
I'm looking for Kafkiwa. Where is she?
You wouldn't know because it's a soul cell.
What's this all of a sudden? Who's Kafkiwa?
This cannot be.
If she was hiding somewhere, then she wouldn't be on the net. Then they would still remember her.
The memories of the departed are taken away.
But she wasn't old enough to die, was she? She was a lot younger than Namika. Well, that's a hell of a revelation.
Where are you? The others will be here soon, so hurry back, won't you?
That's a good twist. Like, of course she doesn't want her baby boy to be worried.
Say something, would you?
How do you know she is Kashia? She could just be memory being used to, you know, fuel the bad guys, maybe. Shit! What do we do? What do we do in this case? Well, that's not good. This is worrisome. This is very worrisome. As many enders as those who have died. So where are they? And how have they been living up until now? We'll have to ask Kashia what she knows. And if she's been hiding things from us, we need to know why. I have a very awful feeling that I just thought about for a second there. Why are we making those serious faces? Nothing for you to worry about, buddy. At a crossroads. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Okay. Otis is pleased with himself insofar as his vessel can indicate. Now, although the mood became a tad subdued at the end, I thoroughly enjoyed our repast together. We did this too, Otis. To hear about the Endless is something of a shock, but we likewise enjoyed your company. Above all, I'm so glad that you and I could talk, Galaujar. You have to get along great, just know it. You think so? Yeah. I'm happy for you, my boy. Now I presume you'll be returned to Everkeep. For me to accompany you at least a part of the way. So, let's get a mind map for this, shall we? And have a little think about it, shall we? Let's do that. Right, so kind of understand this a little bit. Let's get up. So we got what's her name? Sphene here. So I'm gonna draw as a little stick figure on this picture, and I'll give her like a little green crown. Sphene is the Queen of Alexandria. She cannot die because of Electrode. She is what we call Endless. And the game describes an Endless as a being who is able to survive through the memory and the soul of a thing. So their memory is what allows them to sustain themselves. Okay, I actually need to make this. There we go. So their memory sustains them, right? We know about Electroid. This stuff, this like blue cube stuff, is probably what the Asians used. So we've got Electroid here as well. Electroid, and we just call that kind of a power source attuned to lightning. Well, it harnesses lightning. I don't think it has anything to do with soul power. I think it does is the energy source they found is what they fought over. I can very much see the Asians are the ones who created it and gave it to them to cause this power struggle. The Endless, they are memories of a person made into a body. So they are, so yeah, and kind of the argument here is we have Otis. So I'm going to draw Otis as a robot. Big old robot boy. Big old robot Otis. Who is not an Endless, but they are kind of Endless-esque. The game explains them as. So Otis over here, he is not sustained. He is sustained through his body, I would say. I think Otis is sustained through his body. He mentions that he will die when his vessel dies. So Otis's soul plus body
plus robot body. He is sustained through the soul, and we know that the soul is released from the body when they die. They extract the soul, so we have the soul and the memories are extracted. And they only seem to extract the memories from Sphene. So I think it's the same with Otis. I think they extracted the memories from Otis, so the red, and they extracted the soul from them, and then they use the souls to sustain creatures, and the memories are used to create them. So to kind of describe this, memory equals creation of life. Shit. Memory equals creation of life, and no, don't do that. Memory equals creation of life, and soul equals sustenance of life. Like, it's the thing that keeps you going. So memory is what you are. Memory is life. Soul is the fuel. So very much creation and versus fuel. However, some endless do not require fuel. Instead, they have a body, a robot body that is finite. So, as far as we can see here, souls can be used for multiple purposes: to empower you, to bring you back from death, as long as your body is there. So, the third object of this then is the body, the human body, as we would describe it. So I'll put this in like green, I guess, and we have body, which is the longevity of life, the kind of the telomere, as I would describe, of life. So the longevity of life, or duration of life, will be described. So we know that souls cannot be used, or soul cells anyway, cannot be used on a body. So we have them, we have Otis over here, and we've also got regular people. I'll draw off little cat ears, why not? Who have that little device. So I'll just say Alexandrians, who have these little devices that allow them to live. So, what do we know about each of these three people? Firstly, he's endless, Alexandrians, and we have Alexandrians who have the soul cell. So, soul cell. And the soul cell allows them to sustain their life as much as possible. This actually aligns with the stuff we talked about in Endwalker, the memory, and memory will be restored even if it's taken from the body and the soul. We know that the body is made from memory, soul, and the body. That is how creatures in 14 work. So, the body, their bodies, their vessels, can die from natural causes. Can expire, e.g. natural causes and old age. Can expire, e.g. natural causes and old age. So Otis will eventually die because his body will fail. Alexandrians will eventually die because their body and fail. But what is Sphene? Because Sphene is the creation of a body through memories. And we know that memory is something that cannot be sustained in a body forever. What keeps her alive? The soul. This. Sustenance of life. She needs this to survive. So my theory is the Endless require souls to stay alive. And a constant maintenance of them, which is why she wasn't against the attack on Alexandria, on Tolialal. That's my TED Talk. I hope you enjoyed. Just my little stupid theory. That is just what I got right now in terms of this. I love this plot. You can tell because I made a paint diagram to try and work it out. We know about the body. I'm glad they didn't like retcon anything from Endwalker to make this plot work. It's really cool. So I'm gonna put this in the Discord. Alright, big theory crafting over. About Sphene. Doesn't matter if she's an endless, whether she's alive like you or me or not. I still have to know that she has a good heart. Yeah, but she may have a good heart. She may want the best for her people. But the only thing I think that's keeping her alive is souls. She wants to nurture her people, make sure they survive, and she's the only one who thinks that she can do that. If they take part of the machine, she can't do that anymore. She'll die. What amazes me is the burden she bears. We still don't know what it is. But there are things you can't tell us, not as though you are watching. But at the very least, I'd like to know what the endless are to her. Sorry, I didn't mean to delay us. Just felt the urge to share my thoughts with you. Oh, okay, on the way back, let's make a quiz about the drift downs. I want to tell Tapper how it went. Tapper? Oh! Yes, I know who you're talking about. Well, we ended up... No, oh! Oh, hey! It's a really interesting evolution of the plotline from 9. In 9, everyone's memories were stored basically by Garland in Pandemonium. And he needed a place to put everyone's memories from Terror. And he was going to create these vessels afterwards that house the memories when they would come back to the bodies after he's able to take over. Oh, I just realized you still can see this. You were just staring at my paint drawing for like 20 minutes. Not 20 minutes, like about 2 minutes. Oh wow. I like his big horns. How do you like maintain your sense of gravity with that? With big old horns. This is the most amount of fun I've had with theory crafting in a while in Final Fantasy XIV. I did a lot of theory crafting in Endwalker and Shadowbringers when it came to the shards and understand what those were, but there's a lot more science behind this, which I quite enjoy. Like it makes sense that certain things would go a certain way, and again, they're not retconning what they introduced in Endwalker. This is a continuation of that idea, just on a different shard, if they had the capability to do so. Do I think that they are necessarily good people? No. Do I think that Sphene is a good person? Maybe. But you're still using souls to come back alive, which means you are going to have to conquer other lands. And in a sense, the ambition that Zarja has aligns with your plan. If he's able to conquer other lands, you'll get the souls you need to live for longer. He'll get what he wants, and so would she. Oh, I know. God, that yarn stew was good. Fuck's sake, welcome back. I don't know why we waved. Ah, you have returned. Able to find Galoja? We were, thanks to you. Oh, so with the boy? Oh, that wasn't a question. That wasn't a question posed. And to know that he has family who worries for him, Galoja too must be glad. I hope so. I cannot force anything though. It's for him to decide what I am to him. My, what a pleasant surprise it is to meet you in these parts. Oh, hi. It's not playing her music. Sphene, what are you doing here? Ah, visiting my people. Are you doing the same, perchance? I suppose we are, yes. Listen, there's something we'd like to talk to you about. Could we have a word in private? Yeah, you need to tell us this, Sphene.
You need to tell us you're 400 years old. So, you know about the Endless. While we may not discuss it openly, my people will have surely noticed that I haven't changed for hundreds of years. I've made no attempt to conceal my nature. You have literally not told us about this. If I may ask though, who is it that told you about the Endless? Only a few should be familiar with the concept. Don't dox Otis. I'm afraid I can't say. I bear no ill will towards this mistake. Okay, I'm glad they actually acknowledged that. Because I feel like she's gonna like zap him. Lest that be your concern, I'm merely curious. Tell me, Sphene, you care for your people, that much is plain. And I assume you care for the Endless too. Earlier in Everkeep, there was something you wanted to tell us. Was it to do with them? Come on. You have to. If you want me to trust you, you need to open up more. The Endless are so dear to me as my living citizens. They are as much my family. But they can only be sustained by meeting certain exacting requirements. Thus far we've managed to do so, but should more people die, I fear we'll be pushed beyond our limit. Their preservation demands vast amounts of energy, which I assume is soul energy. Energy? I don't understand the workings of it at all, but is there something we can do to help? Then... would you be willing to become Alexandrian citizens? Oh, what? I have my nation, my people to protect. I can't just become Alexandrian. Indeed, I suppose you cannot. First, you tell us to make peace, and you tell us to go home? What's like anything you want? Same as you, of course. To protect my people. Tell us more about the energy the Endless do. Is it something that only Zuljar can do? I think I understand why he needs Zuljar now. He needs her because he needs someone to go out and conquer other lands so that there are souls to replenish her people. He's ambitious. He wants power, and this will provide him more power, and in essence, it will allow her people to live. She literally has no choice. So when she told us to go back to Tolly Lau, she was telling us basically that Zuljar is going to kill you all and take your souls. Tell us more about the energy the Endless do. Is it something that, yeah, I mean, I can think of all the answer to the second one. That I cannot say. I do not ask you to understand or like me, but I wish. Wish we were born on the same side of it. Hey, what do you mean by that? Wait, Sphene. Yeah, I think I understand now. Do we do anything to protect their people? Damn it. Well, I think we've kept everyone waiting long enough. Let's continue on to Everkeep. Oh, and let's not tell Otis about our conversation with Sphene. I don't want to risk causing him pain. And also to not fuck him up because I want Otis to be fine. I'm very glad that we were smart enough not to tell her, considering we don't entirely trust her either. That could have ended up being very bad. I mean, I understand her motivations. I know why she's doing what she is. She wants her people to live, be happy in their lives, but that requires murder, death. The death of people who don't deserve it. And I guess maybe her people, everyone who died, went into the memory banks. And so she needs the energy to sustain them. But every life must end. Lives must end, naturally. Can't cheat the system like that. A lot has happened, but the important thing is Zuljar is safe and well. Kasia has been worried. Let's hurry back. I've gone ahead and apologized for us. No, I didn't speak to Zuljar!
Why don't you come with us? You might get to see Sphene.
Exactly. I don't know if that's clearance, maybe. You know what? He kind of has like Steiner's gear a little bit.
And much appreciated offer, but I must decline. A part of me longs for an audience with Her Majesty, it is true. Yet, though it be in my previous life, I failed to protect my queen.
No.
I couldn't bear to show my face before her. And such an uncomely one besides.
You're not scary looking. You're adorable. You're great. I love you.
All right. If that's how you feel, we won't force you. But rest assured, we'll visit with Gululja, and we hope you'll cook for us again.
It would be my pleasure. You are welcome to bring other comrades.
I love
should you
him.
so
I hope he gets to
desire.
come back with us to Talia Lal.
Valeria.
I've been looking all over for you.
Who is this? Oh, Nostalgia? Or sister?
Nostalgia, was it?
Yeah, Nostalgia.
What's the matter?
Yes, I got it right.
It's Zeralja. He marches to Vanguard.
Shit! It's time!
So he's done waiting. But why weren't we alerted sooner?
Our transmissions are being jammed. The lookouts couldn't get through to us.
Oh no.
Wayakoi is at Vanguard too, but I can't reach her. What are we to do?
Stay calm. Kafkiwa has yet to be alerted, yes? Take her to the back room as fast as you can.
If you're allowed in. We need to go confront him now. We can't just linger this.
Our link pearls may still work. I'll try contacting those in Tuliolo.
Mm-hmm.
Otis, I need you to keep Gululja safe.
You needn't ask.
Yeah, my boy.
I want to go with you.
Absolutely not. A battle's no place for you.
Gululja, the people of the outskirts must be evacuated. For this crucial task, I require your assistance.
Yeah.
Remember,
And I don't want you anywhere near Zoljar because I feel like he might kill you. So don't do that, please.
valuable as any blade.
Yes, sir.
Mm. What a smart little guy.
I managed to get hold of Alphano. He'll inform Kona.
Okay, good. I like how he did that without even talking.
How's the situation in Tulihiola?
There's nothing to worry about, or so my brother assured me. With such short notice, though, I doubt they'll be fully prepared.
Hmm. Been a long time building that train.
They'll be ready, I'm sure of it. The vow of reason is not to be underestimated.
Yeah, boy. Is it dungeon time? I don't think it is dungeon time.
I'm coming, Soralja. And we will finish this once and for all.
Mm-hmm.